Hi, this is Val with Folk Our Wings, and I'm working on this lovely journal. I'm enjoying the process. I like how it's looking so far. And I'm going to have 4 signatures in it and enough pages for it to last 1 full year with some extra pages, definitely. And so I'm going to put this aside, and I'm working on the first signature still. And I've come to an envelope that I need to do something with. I've had decorated the front of it just to have kind of like a masterboard process. I've got some pen and ink here, some handwritten scrap from a cookbook that's all handwritten. I just treasure the pages I've got. And there's music sheet and just some offcuts, torn scraps, packaging. But I need to put something through that you can see through this cellophane window that will make it attractive when it's laying. It's going to wrap around the book jacket that I added in here as pages. And so I don't want all the white. So if I put some cellophane or tissue paper, I mean, not cellophane, Bob, sorry about that. I already said cellophane. It is cellophane paper, but I've got some old masking tape from packaging with some handwriting on it. I can put tissue paper, which I'm leaning towards, and see how that looks. And I do like that. You can still see the book jacket through it, but it's not as intense of a color. But it brings it back to, coordinating the pages with each other. And so I'm trying to get scraps together. I've gathered a bunch. I've got some orange writing that I think coordinates with print from a book. And I think that coordinates with the cover. I've got this left of the book jacket, so I thought I could put that overlapping the edge here and it'll reinforce it. And I'm going to use the tissue paper, I think, like I said. And so I'm going to go ahead and take the part of the signature out. I hope I remember to put it back in like it's supposed to be. But anyways, I'm going to start gluing scraps down that are just packaging. This is not tea-dye tissue, it's old tissue. I've got some cardboard that I took 1 layer off. You can see the glued lines on it. I like that. I want this writing somewhere. Even though it's white, I may leave it white. I'm not sure, or I'll put some ink on it. I've got some dried up masking tape. This is another piece. No writing on it. This was a scrap I did, I cut off earlier when I did kind of a waterfall that I was adding into the journal in this first signature. And so I thought that would be good to add to it. Let's see. I've got this scrap of tape on packaging, and I love the dark color. So I might put that in here around the window there. I've got another layer off of cardboard that looks different from this piece. I thought I could put that down here, maybe. Just, kind of puzzling pieces in. See where I might like it. I've got movie tickets. Well, I don't know. I admit one. It looks like it's from Indiana ticket. Who knows where it really is representing. But anyways, that looks good there, I think. I have more scrap. There's a little tissue I could put over here on this side. I think I need regular, maybe this is a better piece to choose. It's larger. Yeah, that covers more at one time. And I've got some really old book page here from a paperback. So I just thought I might cover something with this. You can see it just wants to crack when you fold it. So when I use this, I like to put it in a place where it's not going to have a fold in it, but I do still use it if I glue it down really well. So I think we've got enough here to cover everything. Oh, there it is. I thought, oh, I lost that somewhere. But that's part of the book jacket. Then everything in the book jacket has been used, I think. So I'm going to start gluing this down. I know it's not a big deal. It's not that interesting. But we'll move on to a couple of pages. And I'll start gluing down, and then I'll finish it off of screen and go on to another page, and you can watch me decorate that. I picked up another glue stick, and so this one doesn't look like this one. See how this one shrunk up? This is the one that's been dragging so much. I want to keep using it, but just hopefully this glue stick will go faster and look better when I work on it. I think I'll put this. Let's see, I want to cover as much as I can. I think I'll put it down here in this spot. Yeah, this glue is gliding on a lot better. I'll put it off the edge a little bit. Okay. It'll go there. Okay, and it still folds nicely. I do want to get the tissue paper around the window. Well, not around the window, but over the window. I don't want that crack. Uh-oh. Well, you can see there's the calamities that happen. Oh, crazy. It's falling apart. It's so brittle and old. So, you know what? That's not going to work in my window because I can't put the glue on the, well, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and do it and see what happens. Oh, that's why I never put glue on my tissue. It just kind of grabs it and makes it fall apart. I need to get it cleaned off on something. All right. Now, that's glued down. I'm going to leave what's on here. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. And I need to tear off any extra. Because what I think I'm going to do is put a book page in that window. So let's see if I'll cut a piece. Let's see. You see how fragile it is. It does tear real easy. All right. How much more do I need to trim off? Not a lot. Let's get this off. And I'm going to try putting the glue on the book page and hope it doesn't tear. Oh, my goodness. Okay. We have to get another envelope. But we'll experiment. This is good to find out what works and what doesn't work. You know what I mean? Let's see what we've got here. What it looks like. Okay, there's my tissue overlapping a little bit of the book page. And it looks like it goes with the cover. So I'm going to leave it like it is. I think that's really attractive. I'm going to get all this scrap off. If I can. I want that off the table because one of the things, little flyaway scrap like that sometimes sticks where you're gluing and causes more problems, especially for the way I go about the process. I'm making such a mess most of the time. Let me move that out of the way so I can make sure I'm in camera space. All right, so we've got that down. Let's see, I want some more tissue on here though. So I think what I'm going to do is, I want it to cover as much as possible. And this I can let fold. I do know that. Even though it's old, it will hold up well. Oh, this is the draggy glue. Let me get that off the table. That's the old one. It just does not work well at all. Okay. Let's put this down. Going to tear that with a ruler against that. There we go. Kind of a little overlap there. And you can still see my paper. Everything folds. I'll come back and ink that if it doesn't get covered up. That's what I mean about scraps. You don't want them. Now it's stuck to my thumb. That's part of the problem, the dilemma that happens sometimes. And, okay. And let's see, I know I definitely want this on the edge. So I'm going to put glue on the book jacket, the piece of book jacket that I have loose. And I'm going to wrap that around this edge. And I may cut it down so it's about the same height as the book jacket. That would eliminate some of that. I think I will probably end up doing that. I have the old packaging tape. It's the old masking tape. And what happens with masking tape is it becomes very brittle with age. The glue pulls away. So you really, if you're going to use old pieces of masking tape, which I see a lot of people doing now, make sure that you re-glue it well. This is very old. I know it was repairing a book. So that kind of ties in together with what we've got. All right. Along this edge, I could put this strip. Or I think I'm going to put the tickets. Put the tickets down, but I think I'll put, let's see, I'll put this strip here. Can you see that? Yeah. All right. Glue this down. Start down here, and I'll put it right along that crease where the envelope folds. It's a little bit thicker than the other papers I'm using, but it's still, you know, with all of the cardboard torn away, it works real well, I think. I like this color. I think I'll put something, let's see, this was torn out from an earlier page, so I'm going to glue that down. I think I'll put it down at the bottom. And along the edge of the envelope flap. And lift this up and re-glue that some. All right. What else have I got that I can use? Another piece of cardboard. Put that there. A little bit. I think I'd like that straighter. There we go. That looks better. All right, I've got more, this little piece I'd like to put in. But I need something underneath there. And I don't want to use the book page again. So what have I got? More of the masking tape, but I've already got that there, so I don't want to be redundant with that. I have a strip of this. Since I might be cutting that top edge off, I don't like it overlapping that. Let me look through my scraps here. Let's see, I have a bag. Back to my packaging pieces. This would be good because it's not too dark. Let's see. Just so it's long enough and we'll cover up the bulk. Yeah, perfect. I hear that tapping noise. Got that down. And I still need something around here. So I've rummaged around in my desk a little bit. This is some of that baking paper. And I want the straight edge over here. But I think I could go back over this whole thing. Well, no, I don't really need that much, do I? I need to just put it at the top like I was thinking. So let's see what we've got here. This will fold without breaking. So I think I'll straighten it up with my scissors maybe instead. See if I can get it straight. And that it'll still fit. We hope. There we go. Let's see what I've got here. Pretty good. I'm going to leave this edge here. All right, so I'm going to glue that down. Which side do I want down? I don't think it matters. It's amazing what you can do with just throwaway papers. I mean, some people would say, oh, goodness, that's a junk, but it's not. It's mixed media meets junk journaling, art journaling, whichever avenue you would use, different assorted backgrounds. And then a lot of people will cover their canvases with all kinds of scraps like this, and then they start layering the paints. And those people are very happy doing what they're doing, it looks like. You can watch them on YouTube. There's so many. And it's really cool to just see their process in making things. I don't want to put that cellophane. This is an old piece from packaging. Like I've said previously, my father saved everything. So I pulled this off an old envelope, and I didn't ink it. I didn't do anything to it. It's just the way it looks. And I just love the color and all. But I'm going to use it somewhere else in the journal, maybe along an edge or at the top of a pocket. Let's see, I still have a little here, and I do like this. But I know if I get it over the edge, it'll crumple. But I could do that. Doesn't seem to work too well there, does it? I don't know. No, I don't think I really care for it there. Let me try again. Let's see. You know, I have to sit here and think about these things for a second. I could ink the white. I think I will glue this down. And it's fragile, but I think it'll work. fine. Let's see. I definitely want along this area. I have to put the straight against the crease and see if I've got it so it won't bend, and that's perfect. You can still see white, which I don't want. So I could put something else there, or I can just do a heavy inking there, which is, I think, a pretty good choice. Oh, I know, I wanted to use these guys somewhere. Now that's got a fold there. And that looks like it's missing something. Let's see. That's kind of cute. I think it'll fit perfect in there. Let's glue it down. I need my ink paper. Let's see. I've got a scrap here. Which one do you want? Yeah, I'll put the glue on this side. Tickets for Crafty Kids, it says. I don't know what that is. Put this along the top. Put my cap back on. I see I have scrap stuck inside there. I'm going to get that off. Oops. Old fumble fingers here. All right, I like the way it's looking. That's the white envelope there. So let's see what else I can do, because it's a pretty good size. Scrap of brown paper sacking. It's okay, but it's not exactly what I want. Let's see, I have more packaging like pieces. I could put a strip across. Thought that would look good, but it doesn't. That's not the right thing. I'm not looking for that. I don't want the print because it's too close to the one underneath. I've used this and I'll use it someplace else. Let's see. I have book page that's a different pattern of different size writing, a different color paper. I think I will tear off this edge here. Do I want that there? Ooh, or just across here? Yeah, it fits well there. Okay, I'm going across. Do I want the black side? Or do I want the brown side? Oh, picky. Let's see how that looks. I'm going to go with that across on the light side. It doesn't take away from the tickets then. But get that straight across if I can. I feel like that's lifting. Okie doke. All right, I've got most of the inside covered. I have that little space right here. When all my glue's dry, I can cover that. And before I put anything on this side, I'm going to go ahead and trim. I think I'll go ahead and cut the top. Oh, that's going to take my ticket, and I don't want to do that. I should have put them lower. Okay, so I can't do that, so I'm just going to trim. I probably on the corner maybe. Since I'm not cutting that off, I'll go ahead and put something there. Oh, this is a piece of, oh no, it's on something. Ah, it's a swatch I prepared. I've got everything on there that I could probably take off and use now. We've got the cellophane tape, tissue paper. Yeah, I'm going to use tissue paper there. And I will tear off anything that's loose when it dries. It's just kind of crumbs, really, what's left. As you can see, I didn't get my book jacket over here on this, close enough to the edge of the envelope, and so this sticks out a little bit, if you can see what I'm talking about. I don't care too much about that. If it did bother me, I could take a slice down here, but I'm not going to. It's too little to even think about. But I just want to clean this up. Okie doke. Okay, this is the inside now. I'm finishing up. All right, so that's the inside. Okay, this glue it's a brand new one and it's giving me trouble, huh? I may come back with liquid glue on that. All right, so I've got the inside done now. I want to finish. Just a little bit in that corner there. I might put something here, but I do want something here. So I think I'll go with that piece of packaging that's left over. Let's see if I can bend that all right, if it'll be okay. If I put that there and I bend the envelope, okay, I can do that. But you know what? I think to guarantee it sticks, I'm going to go with the liquid glue. Come on, glue. Okay, I had to clean out the nozzle a little bit to get it flowing. It was just, I don't know why it was so hard to, now it's not flowing, and it's a very thin glue. I do know it holds, but I was worried when I first bought it because it's just PVA glue from the Dollar Tree, and it's so thin I really didn't know if it would attach well. But I tried it out in a couple of pockets that normally I would sew on, and it's held up really well. So let's see what we can do with this scrap. I'll put it so it hangs off a little. I'm on my music sheet paper. I love all the color involved in this piece. Just looks very interesting to me. May have to just cut that edge. I don't know if that I can fold it over. I've got so much glue on my fingers, it's terrible. Okie doke. My scraps again put aside. And my glue paper, put that aside. All right, I've got some down now. And I've got to get a wet one, so I'll be right back. I feel like my fingers can breathe again. I got a little bit of that clumpy glue off. And I tried the wet ones for the first time, and it worked fantastically well. Fantastically well. So all cleaned up. I can pick up this debris that I don't want around this area that I'm not using. Let's see. I've got small pieces. I've got large pieces. And I also have, I think I'll use that. I do have more book page. Yeah, I think I'll use that. And a little more of that maybe. Or this book page. Let's see, I'll use my pencil to mark it. And then I'll fold it. I might need to do let's see, I can use my ruler, just kind of do a guess. And I'll hold on to that strip because we're using long pieces here in some places. So I'm going to put the book page there. Get the scrap again. Make sure I get it all around the edges. I'm really bad about not getting it all the way to the edge when I'm gluing. I don't know if you folks have the same problem, but I definitely do. This way. I wanted it this way. There we go. Get my cap on. That glue sticking to me again. And one more big spot here. This folds great. Right here. Covers up all that cool edge though. Let's see. I have an envelope piece here. It has a cute little sticker from one of my daughters on an old envelope. Let's see. Although, you know, this would be a good envelope to put inside. Hold on to that. Hold on a sec. Let's see what else I've got. I've got this cream colored one. Take that sticker off. If I come up, that's left. I'm going to do this. And I think I'll leave it like it is. I like the way you can tell it's in part of an envelope. And I'll glue something on that. So let's get some glue down on this piece. Let's see if I've got it even. Yep, looks good. Got a little more under here. Okay, let me get that turned up. And I need a little piece here. I want to be able to see through, so I'm going to use tissue. Just like that. So I'll glue the area this time. All right, and everything's covered except for here, a little bit down there. There we go. Scrap there. All right, so I'm going to put the brown paper here. Or do I have enough tissue? Yeah, the tissue fits better. So I'll put tissue there. Perfect. All right, and I need a long piece. This came off of the book page that I had used here. And I have this left over. So I could put it there with all the other black accents, or I can put it down like this. Let's see. Not bad. Do I like that? And yeah, it's okay. It's, you know, inconspicuous compared to this. This yells at you. But sometimes I like that kind of thing. This is so crooked looking. I think I will put this on the black side going down. Oh, wrong thing, black side going down. That's typical. See what I mean? I'm always doing these mistakes, but I'm showing you can remedy them. Okay. That looks pretty straight, going by the edge of the book jacket there. And let's see, I need a little glue there. Put the cap back on. All right. Now my music sheet's sticky. Let's see, trim it up. You can use a sanding block when you put something down really well and it's hard to get into with your scissors to trim it up. Then sanding blocks will sand off the edges. If you have a sharp edge you can use, like around this edge, any edge like that. And it cleans up really, really well. I'm going to leave that messy edge. So here's the inside. The glue is dry there. So I'm going to try the stain that I bought, the ink I bought. Vintage Photo Distress Ink, Ranger Products. See, there was glue in there, and that is grabs the ink really well. So it's almost disappeared. Not completely, but pretty much. Let's go in here too. Trim that up, I think. Go over that. And this edge on the inside. Just go right down it. Of course, glue's on, that's still wet, so I haven't ruined my brush. Let's go around this edge. I don't normally add a lot of inks. So because I haven't had them, and So I just never have really done much inking on my papers, but I think once in a while, especially if you're doing one that's a little more, you want a rustic inside. The outside of the cover is not necessarily rustic, but I think it looks good. That's the natural aging on the book cover, the book jacket that I clipped off. And maybe here. And here maybe. The corners. Pretty messy looking at this point, but that's what we're going for. Do that. Get that little scrap off. Toss that, I'll never use it. This is ridiculous for me to save little pieces like this, but I have to be honest, I do in most cases. But I have so much, I've got to start letting go. The trash, here it comes. Okay, so we've got that one. We've got the insert here. It all blends together. I need to do a little more trimming on it. But anyways, it goes right here. And the rest of the signature is right here with the book jacket. So I think that's really cool how that's worked out. I do need to sew this to make pockets. And, you know, I'm thinking I should fold this over just one more time. I don't know, it seems to be so deep to me. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and sew this and get the ink off not the ink, the glue off my fingertips again. And I'll be right back. Okay, I've got it all sewn up now. I sewed all the way around the book jacket. And we've got a nice little pocket here now. It's double folded. This is tearing, so I'm reinforcing it with the sewing. And it still looks really, really cute. This added something around the pocket that I thought was adorable. So, and the pocket still works. And to be perfectly honest, I forgot I had a pocket here, the bag. And I just went ahead and impulsively sewed all the way around the whole thing. But normally that's how I would use any kind of paper that I'm going to sew. I just go around the whole perimeter and it's ready to go. And that kind of, if these tear more, kind of stops where the sewing is. So it does make it a little more sound to put in your journal. So I'm going to wrap that around. And I've got to do something for writing space here. And then I'll put a paper clip maybe on the edge. I'll do something like that anyways. Or I could make this into a pocket. And yeah, I think I'll make it into a pocket. So I'm going to sew here and here. You know, I'll sew all the way around the perimeter again. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I finished sewing around the whole thing and made this tiny little pocket. I did realize that after I finished sewing it and was looking it over, that with this being on the edge, the stitching on the edge, the flaps tapered in. And so only a little bit of it got caught. So I went back in and put a little tape. Well, not there, but anyways, let's see. Close to the edges. That's enough of a opening there to make it safe. I think I'll put a little washi tape on this just to repair that. I just did it. So you can just see that, you know, old papers sometimes are a little fragile, but this feels so strong. I think I pulled a little too hard. But anyways, that's that dots glue that I was concerned wouldn't hold, and it definitely holds because when I pulled on this. That's why that tore, because this was a stronger bond there. Anyways, got that done, and took me long enough. And if you stuck with me through that, I appreciate it. I'm going to continue decorating. And oh, I just realized something I didn't say about that too. I wasn't thinking, this is a legal size envelope, and you can see how much longer it is than my signature. So I've made a huge miscalculation. And I thought that the reason why I chose this envelope, it had a little purple handwriting there that went with the purple hat on the lady that I was kind of making this all blend together here, just in this section of the signature. So I didn't want to cut that off. Plus I'd be getting close to that window. And then I had put the tickets on here, and I like that. So I'm going to remove at this end, and I'm going to cut about, well, whatever I need here, because I don't want it extended past the signature. Sometimes it doesn't matter, but I just feel like I made this signature to fit within that. And that was what my mind's eye was set on. Usually I'm all over the place, bigger here and there, but so I am going to cut this off, and I'd say it's a good inch. So anyways, I'll use that inch someplace else within this signature. So I hope you might have picked up something. I don't teach anything probably new to anyone unless you're a newbie for junk journaling, and I've been doing it for 4 or 5 years now. I lose track of time at my age. I think it's been about 5 years since I made my first one, and I've enjoyed it so much. And the reason why I did it was because people on YouTube seem to be enjoying themselves so much. And I thought, I am going to get in on that, because I was starting to clean out my storage in my attic, and I have so much stored. I used to have antique booths and had to always have stock flowing to fill the booths, and love doing that. But when I closed down the booths, I had to bring it all home that was left, and I should have had a huge 50% off sale. I didn't even think to do that. I just decided to pack up what was left and bring it home. And so now I need to get rid of all of it. So if I can gift, I do. If anybody mentions to me in the neighborhood that they're working on something, and I say, aha, I think I have one of those, I can give it to you, I will. When I bake cookies, I leave the plate, don't ask for it to be returned. You know, it's little things like that that you can think of that you know is going to a good home, or they'll send it to a good home. And if they trash it, you don't know about it, and so it's gone. It's okay. They get to do what they want with a gift, right? So thanks for watching. That's it in a nutshell. I hope to see you again. And I'm going to continue on with this particular journal. Thank you. Bye-bye.